The world you were promised no longer exists. We are standing at the edge of 2026, and the rules of the game have been rewritten while you were sleeping. Look around. The gap between the ultra-rich and the struggling middle class isn't just widening, it's becoming a permanent canyon. But here is the brutal truth that no one wants to tell you. The system is not broken. It is working exactly as intended. It was designed to keep you tired, distracted, and just comfortable enough to never rebel, but just broke enough to never be free. Think back to 30 years ago. A single income could buy a house, a car, and support a family. Today, in 2026, 2 professional incomes often aren't enough to cover a mortgage and basic groceries. This isn't an accident. It's the result of the great devaluation. While you were taught to save your money, the central banks were printing it into oblivion. While you were told to get a stable job, AI was being trained to replace your functions for pennies on the dollar. The 99% are still using a 20th century map to navigate a 21st century jungle. If your income is directly linked to your physical presence, if you must be somewhere to earn something, you are mathematically destined to fall behind. But the poverty of 2026 isn't just financial, it's psychological. We are living through the era of cheap dopamine. The architecture of modern life is digital, and it's designed by neuroscientists to hijack your brain's reward system. Every notification, every infinite scroll, every short-form video is a withdrawal from your attention bank. The 99% spend their most valuable asset, their focus, on TikTok, fast food, and manufactured outrage. They are consuming the future to pay for a miserable, distracted present. Imagine 2 men. One spends 4 hours a night scrolling, while the other spends 4 hours building a digital asset. In a year, the gap between them isn't just knowledge, it's an unbridgeable economic divide. In 2026, your phone is either a tool for your liberation or the bars of your invisible cage. If you cannot control your dopamine, you cannot control your destiny. The system feeds you entertainment so you don't notice the chains tightening around your bank account. It's time to stop being a tenant of the elites and start becoming an owner of your own life. But to do that, you must first understand the invisible war being waged against your focus. We are entering the era of the great rental. Ownership is becoming a luxury of the past. Think about your life right now. You don't own your movies, you rent them on Netflix. You don't own your software, you subscribe to it. You don't own your music. Soon, the 99% will rent their homes, their cars, and even their tools, becoming permanent tenants of the 1%. This is the subscription trap. It's designed to bleed your wealth slowly, one small, invisible monthly payment at a time, until you have nothing left to pass down to the next generation. To escape this, you must undergo a radical shift in identity. You must transition from a consumer to a creator, and from a worker to an owner. This is where the quiet capital method begins. It's not about being loud, showing off rented Ferraris, or chasing the latest crypto trend. It's about building in the shadows while everyone else is shouting. There are 3 specific phases to this escape. Phase 1 is aggressive reskilling. Let's look closer at the engine of this displacement: artificial intelligence. In previous industrial revolutions, machines replaced muscles. In 2026, machines are replacing minds. If your value to the market is processing information, writing standard code, or managing basic administrative tasks, you are standing on a melting iceberg. The 99% see AI as a threat to their paycheck, and they are right to be afraid. But the quiet capitalist sees it as the ultimate force multiplier. Imagine the leverage of a factory owner in the 1920s. He needed hundreds of workers to scale. Today, with the right prompts and the right systems, a single person can command a digital workforce that never sleeps, never tires, and costs nothing but a subscription fee. This is the asymmetric advantage. While the masses are protesting against the future, the elite are integrating it. You don't need a team of 10. You need to be the one who knows how to direct the algorithms that replace them. This isn't just about learning a new tool. It's about shifting your mindset from being a service provider to being a system architect. Every hour you spend mastering these invisible workers is an hour spent building a wall between you and the poverty trap of the 21st century. The window of opportunity to master this leverage is closing fast. Those who act now will own the infrastructure of tomorrow, while those who wait will not be more than users of a system they no longer understand. In 2026, a university degree is a historical artifact. The real value lies in high-leverage skills. Understanding how to use AI to do the work of 10 people, or mastering the art of digital storytelling. You don't need to work harder, you need to work higher up the leverage scale. Phase 2 is protective isolation. You must guard your focus like it's your life savings. We live in a world of noise. The elite understand that 2 hours of deep work in a state of flow is worth more than 40 hours of distracted busy work. The poor are always busy. The rich are always focused. Phase 3 is asymmetric risk. The 99% are paralyzed by the fear of losing what little they have, so they never bet on themselves. They take the safe path, which in 2026 is actually the most dangerous path of all. The 1% look for opportunities where the downside is limited, like starting a YouTube channel or a digital business, but the upside is infinite. They invest in assets that scale while they sleep. 2026 will be the best year for some, and the absolute worst for most. The divide is no longer about how much money you have in your pocket today, but how much quiet capital you are building for tomorrow. You have 2 choices. You can stay in the 99% complaining about a system that doesn't care about your survival, or you can accept this brutal truth, change your frequency, and join the few who are positioned to profit from the chaos. The noise is for the masses. The silence is where wealth is built. Which side are you on? If you're ready to leave the 99% behind and build your own quiet capital, subscribe and stay tuned. The journey into the shadows starts now.